Hot, hazy, and smoky, and tomorrow will be hot, hazy, and smoky, and Friday will be hot, hazy, and smoky. I promise there is some relief to that just redundant forecast here as we get to the weekend next week. But until then, I'm sorry here, folks. I don't have a whole lot of difference from what you're seeing behind me to tell you about, at least over the course of the next 3 days or so. Thanks for joining us, by the way, for a detailed look at your Colorado weather forecast. Again, I'll have some good news in there somewhere. Somewhere I'll have some good news in there for you. But yeah, it is just a whole lot of smoke, a whole lot of heat, and this is going to continue again for the next few days. The weekend gets a little better, and then next week we kind of heat back up again, and then maybe go back to some cooler, more fall-like temperatures. So maybe some relief at the end of the 7-day forecast here. But until then, again, there's that smoke. In fact, I mentioned this during the noon show. In Denver, during the late morning hours, had the worst air quality of any major city in the entire Western Hemisphere, top 5 worst globally. So just this air quality is terrible for us here in the Denver area, and it is not going to get a whole lot better, at least through tomorrow, maybe a little better as we get into Friday. I'll step out of the way and let you take a look at those details. Again, that bad air quality doesn't get any relief from that, at least over the course of the next 48 hours or so. Record heat very likely both tomorrow and Friday, and then the weekend we cool on down. But through 4 p.m. today, this will be extended here, folks. I don't want to speak for CPDHE, who issue these, the Department of Public Health, but we are certainly going to be looking at this continuing as we get through tonight and tomorrow. Air quality alert does continue through at least 4 o'clock today. Into the mountains, that's where we may get a little relief as we do see some of that smoke kind of push a little further east as we get overnight and into your Thursday. So there's a look at that smoke. That smoke plume mainly concentrated into western Colorado for now. That'll push into eastern Colorado as we get into tomorrow. And again, the eastern plains will start to see more of that smoke filter its way into your skies. I-25 corridor, unfortunately, it's going to pretty much be the same as what we're seeing right now. That air quality will remain on the bad side. In fact, tomorrow may get a bit worse because it's going to be hotter. When we get more of that heat, it tends to promote more ground ozone, so we're going to have 2 different kinds of pollutants for tomorrow. Today, it's mainly that wildfire smoke. We do have some ground ozone today, but tomorrow will be a combination of heavy ground ozone as well as a lot of wildfire smoke as well. And again, as we get through tomorrow, it's not going to get a whole lot better. By Friday, we're going to kind of push some of that more into Kansas and Nebraska, but until then, yeah, not a whole lot of help, unfortunately, from Mother Nature. Now, current temperatures, a lot of 70s and 80s in the eastern plains, mountain 60s and 70s. We'll get on up into the upper 80s, may get to right around 90 in Denver, close to it, but the mountain 70s and 80s slide at 91, 95 in Grand Junction and Alamosa for our friends in the St. Louis Valley, 87 degrees for a high for you, and then as usual, our hot spots down to Baca and Prowers counties, where we're going to get up in the low to mid 90s for our friends in the southeastern plains of the Centennial State. Now, in terms of those highs for us here in Denver today, again, I don't think we quite get to 90. If we do, it would be our 54th day at 90 or above so far this year. That would push us into the 11th all-time spot in terms of most 90-degree days in a single year. We will certainly get there tomorrow and Friday, so we'll be in the top 10 by the end of the week. Again, not a list we probably want to be a part of, but that is the way it has certainly turned in recent years. We've just seen this real spike in 90-degree temperatures, 90-degree days and 100-degree days. We've seen that real spike in the last 10, 15 years here in the Denver area. Meantime, satellite and radar imagery, not a whole lot doing. I really don't even need to show you this because there is not going to be a drop of rain statewide here in Colorado today and tomorrow. We get this firm ridge of high pressure anchored right over us, and that is keeping us exceptionally hot and exceptionally not only parched, but also smoky because of that westerly flow that is bringing in some of that smoke from the Pacific Northwest as well as California. Now, the drought monitor is updated every Thursday, so I wanted to show you this as well. Eastern plains starting to see some increasing amounts, some patchier dry areas for us in the eastern plains. You get into the mountains, we've seen some relief up here. So some good news throughout the summer. Of course, the bad news, we've seen all of the burn scar flooding, the deadly burn scar flooding for us here into the mountains. But the good news is we certainly needed the rain up here, and we've gotten a fair bit of it with a very active monsoon season into especially southwest Colorado, but even the northwestern part of the state has seen some of that as well. Won't see a whole lot of change to that map as we get into tomorrow, maybe a little bit more of that drought in the eastern plains. Now tonight we do drop back into the upper 50s for us in Denver. That light southwest wind at 5-10 miles an hour. You probably won't notice that a whole lot tomorrow. You will notice the heat. It is going to get up to 95 degrees for us in Denver. We'll probably break a daily record. In fact, the latest 95-degree temperature on record in Denver is that was back in 2010, and we got up to 95 degrees on September the 17th of that year. If we do get up to 95 for your day tomorrow, this would be the fourth, I believe, be the fourth or the fifth earliest, fourth or fifth latest 95-degree reading on record. Point being, all that blabbing, just to tell you that we are talking about an exceptionally late 95-degree reading if we get up there for your day tomorrow, and we'll do it again for your Friday, for your September the 10th. So again, it is just going to be an exceptionally hot streak and also very late in the season. This second week of September, 95 degrees. Sometimes we get to 90, 95 degrees is a bit on the rare side. Forecast highs for tomorrow statewide. Look at that, even some triple digits popping up. Feels like the middle of July for us in eastern Colorado, with 100 degrees expected in Lamar, 97 in Springfield, and even the mountains again, a lot of 70s and 80s and a lot of relief, even as you get up to 8, 9, 10,000 feet. Meantime, forecast highs for tomorrow around the metro, 98 Longmont, 95 Denver, 92 Parker, 91 Castle Rock, 87 Evergreen, and 83 in Bailey. 7-day forecast. We do stay on the hot side, as I mentioned, for both Thursday and Friday. Next kind of bit of relief will come into the weekend. Looks like Saturday could be a bit stormier than Sunday at this point, but not a whole lot of storms around even for Saturday and Sunday. Now, the thing to watch for as we get into the middle of next week, some of the computer forecast models are trying to drop our temperatures a fair bit for Tuesday and Wednesday around that time frame. We'll see if that happens. Depends on kind of the potency of our next front, but that may be the time. Once we get to that kind of Tuesday, Wednesday time window, right around here is when we could start to see some more, I wouldn't say fall-like weather, but we might see a high temperature in the 70s if some of those computer forecast models do pan out. For now, we'll call for 81 next Tuesday, 87 for Wednesday, and some isolated storms around for those couple days as well. So there's a detailed look at your Colorado weather forecast. Again, not a whole lot of relief in sight. I wish I had some different news for you, but at least the weekend a little bit better, and next week should be a bit better as well. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a great rest of your Wednesday.